Welcome to the Bach Boys. We are boys who love the Bach. Boys, I'm Ryan S.
I'm Casey S.
I'm Daniel B.
And I'm Jake C.
And boys, let's toast to week 7 of the Bach Boys and being all back together again.
Here's
to us,
It's good to be
boys.
back.
Ooh, good to be back.
Casey, you seem tense.
Shell-shocked.
Shell-shocked.
Ryan, I'm shell-shocked because there are 2 more boys at this table than I was prepared to see tonight.
Casey got very used to just his one-on-one time with me, and he's not comfortable being in a group environment. But, I'm happy to have all of you here with me.
Look, you would think with only 4 boys at this table, things would get easier. I always thought the less boys at a table, the easier the rows would be. But turns out, as the boys' numbers go down, it just gets harder and harder around here.
Things are getting dark in Casey's head. Psychology minor, we've missed your input. Do you have any analysis on what's going on with Case right now?
Well, truthfully, I think that Casey is just feeling the pressure of having extra boys be in the room where he thought he was going to be a big fish in a small pond. And I feel like the pond just got bigger, and so did the fish. And I just don't think Casey's ready for this challenge. I think he's going to crack. I don't think he's here for the right reasons. I think he might need to go.
Guys.
No, to be honest, Jake, actually, I'm a front runner. I was just kidding. I'm glad to have you boys back, and I'm very comfortable with it because I am a front runner.
Guys, you know what? I don't know if Jake was actually gone to work on a movie. I think Jake was gone to finally get his major in psychology.
Whoa.
Just see the way he talked to us with his eyes
Mm-hmm.
closed the whole time? It was very, very doctory. I like that.
That's textbook.
I have gotten to the point that I don't even need to see.
Whoa, what? He's doing it again?
Yes.
He just feels, guys.
Jake, answer this right now. Are you finally a psychology major?
Yes.
What?
Clear Eyes Dan with the freaking seeing it.
I got
Seeing
the
it in the
scoop.
clear. He's got the scoop. He's got the scoop, and he's back. I missed saying both of those things, boys. It's great to have you back
And
again.
the only way I can reply to this is shell-shocked.
We're all shell-shocked. We're all very shell-shocked. We're all very shell-shocked because first time we're all back together again, and week 7 in Argentina. It was
Argentina. The land of Messi.
Argentina.
Yes, Messi and Argentinians.
What? They're different.
Look, we're splitting hairs here. Regardless, it was a wacky week on the Bachelorette, and we're going to move straight into the wackiest of all, the wackadoodle himself, Alex, whose last name actually looks like the word wackadoodle.
It does.
What's his last name?
It's like wackadookey. I can't. It's spelled impossibly challenging.
But it's always the first one on my DVR, and I don't like that. Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And my pick, Christian Bishop, the first of 3 picks. Jake, you missed it. I picked almost everyone on this show at this point. But
Jake,
he's on
Oh,
there
no,
too.
I've been tuning in.
Yeah. He's been tuning in.
Impressive. really great
There's
work,
a video
fellas.
on
thank
YouTube
you.
of him watching one of our things.
Oh, that's absolutely right. So check out our YouTube page for that. YouTube, Bach Boys. Anyway,
Well,
Alex.
So yeah, I mean, what was interesting for Alex's day is they went into the wheat bowl of the country.
The most important thing from Alex's date
They had
is
a very long car ride over to the wheat bowl of the country.
just completely silent, only to finally get the answer to the question on everyone's mind, for my entire life at least, what do gauchos do? We finally found out, guys, and it's that they touch horses in a really, really uncomfortable way.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Honestly, I'm with Casey
To
on this one. It was
quote
pretty
JoJo.
amazing.
No.
The most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Look, there's just a moment when you're sitting in a wheat field with a very small man like Alex, and all you can think to yourself is, man, I wish that horse was being caressed and brought down to its knees and then onto its back, and then another man would lie on top of it and then caress it some more, and then we could lay down and smooch awkwardly on top of said horse.
I mean, you could tell that was what was going through his mind when he was sitting in the middle seat of that back seat of the car.
Eating those Pringles.
Just trying to kiss her with the Pringle mouth, and then leaning and grabbing her the whole time, to which she would just constantly try to wriggle away.
You know, the thing about Alex though that bums me out is Alex to me is kind of like David and Goliath. You know, he had slain Chad. You know,
Don't compare him. Which one?
he took his
You're
slain
comparing him
Chad.
to the
Goliath.
good guy. You're comparing him to
No,
David.
Chad is the Goliath, and Alex is King David. Hear me out. Hear me out. Because King David was the underdog, and he went down and took down the giant beast. But the problem is King David has gone back to his kingdom. He's been anointed by the guy. and he doesn't have any connection with JoJo. And that's what really bums me out about him, because I liked Alex for a little bit, but he doesn't have any connection with our main lady, and that's a problem for me.
The thing is that he just talked such big game all season. He was like, I'm the one for JoJo. I'm the one. And then he finally gets the freaking first chance he has, a one-on-one, and he just completely screws it up.
Yeah, it turns out he's just a veteran.
Yeah.
Hashtag just a veteran.
Shell-shocked.
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 I mean, yeah, that's a big problem for me. I just personally felt that he was there for the wrong reasons. He was there to take down Chad. He served his purpose.
Well, he was here for the right reasons, but he got so caught up in the drama that it took away from his connection with JoJo, and it was so obvious today. She was just going through the motions with Alex, she was so just. The best is on any other one-on-one. She's like, today I'm going to see if he has what it takes to live with me for the rest of my life. And for Alex, she was like, tonight we're going to see if he really has what it takes to be a gaucho.
No, to be, in his own words, a gaucho.
Yeah,
Did you
true.
I'm your gaucho.
When they both had their heads on the horse's neck, and they're like, I'm your gaucho.
The worst
Want to hear me
was
freestyle rap.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was so awkward.
Yeah, it was the
Especially
worst.
coming off of that, what I really enjoyed, very scripted, but amazing song that they were singing on the bus.
No. This just adds to my compiling list of things that these guys do that are just not real things. They're not here. None of them are here for the right reasons. They all are acting like weirdos at summer camp or something, writing their silly songs about. What was it even about?
JoJo.
It was about
Say
Alex
no.
being small and needing a stool to get into his sidecar.
To come to Alex's defense here, I mean, if you guys have been watching a show called Game of Thrones, to quote one Tyrion, to paraphrase, a dude who thinks he's making a short joke about a short guy always thinks he's the first guy to make the short joke about the short guy.
And then that big guy held the door, right?
It's very that's exactly what happened. But it's very unoriginal, very childish, and I think falling into the trap in which we will get to later that James T falls into of making fun of other contestants on
Guys,
the show.
Casey's got something.
I don't like that.
Casey.
No, I'm just still puzzled as to why we saw something we've never seen before on this show, at least to my knowledge, and that's a boys' day. The boys just had a day.
Yeah.
Like, why did they not have to sit in the hotel room and talk about his date? Instead, they just got to have a sweet day together.
Okay, you know what I loved is when they go on the bus, Robbie swooped some of the shower slippers from the hotel. Like he's sitting there, he has his shower slippers on, they're all singing songs.
Jordan was drinking.
Jordan
catch
had
that?
just a beer on the bus, open container, and then also whenever they cut to exterior shots of the bus, there was cartoonishly Looney Tunes sputtering and popping sounds of the bus. Those were totally, and it was
Yeah,
that's exactly how it sounded. And they rolled the wrong. They went to a cool pool, and that was sort of it.
The best part about that was that they were the whole time they were bragging about oh, we're probably gonna have much more fun than Alex and JoJo are gonna have, and they were right because they had a miserable time
had
together.
except for Diet Rogers, who said, I really wish I was with JoJo right now. I'd be having more fun.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was with JoJo on his one-on-one, and his one-on-one, he gets this amazing private jet. And just smiling and kissing, and she's laughing at his jokes. And Alex just got gaucho laying on a subdued horse.
I beg to differ, though. The thing about Alex is he actually had quite a beautiful and arguably the most cinematic Bachelor send-off in Bachelor history. Because what's crazy is the producers knew that he looked like a young, more dashing Chris Pine, also able to form a super person with me when all of us eventually go to Palm Springs and have a chicken fight in the pool. And they flew in J.J. Abrams to direct a small Star Trek-inspired exit for him.
If
Flares.
If you all remember the scene with Alex hugging JoJo goodbye, there was just a series of giant lens flares going behind him, and I was just like, is this a scene from Star Trek Into Darkness? It looked like that.
It looked like a sad, somber goodbye where he didn't even look her in the eye. But then, yeah, we touched upon it earlier. Jordan
had a much better date.
A much better date.
He ultimately had a really good date. Although honestly, I saw a lack of connection between Jordan and JoJo as big as the one between her and Alex.
Well, they're purely physical. Their whole relationship is him slamming her up into a wall and making out. That's all that they can do together. And at the first mention of what she's really after, Aaron Rodgers, he just shies away like a little bunny rabbit. He doesn't even want to talk about the real intentions.
Well, she just said the most telling part to me was that when she spoke about what she sees in the future with Jordan, she was like, it's going to be fun and exciting and passionate. And I'm like, JoJo, you only got one thing on your mind with this boy.
Butt cheeks. He's probably got good butt cheeks.
He's probably got amazing butt cheeks.
Jake, what were you about to hop in there and say?
He's thinking.
I don't know. A few things here and there, but I think the most important is that I don't like Jordan. I think Jordan is here for the wrong reasons. I think their relationship transcends just the physical connection, but is actually much more shallow than that, in that it's just about her liking Aaron Rodgers because he goes, oh, I don't talk to my brother, and immediately it was just like,
yes,
right?
She was kind of powered down.
That, right?
She pulled away so hard. It was crazy.
She was like, "Oh, so
it was
we
so
won't
crazy,
have football money."
And what I don't understand is, were we wrong? Is JoJo not a good person?
No, that's not true. JoJo just places a large importance on family, and it disheartened her to hear that.
No, don't give her the benefit of the doubt like that.
Does not have a strong connection with one of his brothers, which a boy-to-boy connection, as we all know, is one of the strongest connections
of course.
this
Let's all grab hands.
You almost broke there.
Let's all just grab hands, boys. Boy-to-boy connection.
Well, your hands
right?
are soft.
Do you guys feel this? Imagine if there were one or maybe two less of us. It wouldn't even be worth doing the show at that point.
I know. I can't imagine a scenario when anyone would do that show together.
Release on Shell Shocked. 1, 2, 3. Shell Shocked.
That's great. That was good. We like that.
Can we hold hands more often on this show?
I've been holding Daniel's hand under the table for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, if you see it, please don't say anything. But yeah, I mean, it was great too that the producers also let us on set and scoop up some of that sweet toe jam wine for us to be drinking here. So
I can't believe they
a toast to Diet Rogers' feet.
Now with less pulp.
Less pulp. A big old grape is in mine.
I got a JoJo toenail.
Yummy.
Oh boy.
What'd you get, Jake?
A lav mic.
Oh, you swallowed a lav mic?
Yeah, there was a microphone in my
You
wine.
must have taken a big old sip.
Casey, what about you? What'd you get?
I just got more disheartenment in knowing that Jordan Rodgers is still on this show.
Dude, Diet Rogers, I said this from the beginning, even though I picked Chad to win it all.
Which was a fantastic pick.
Diet Rogers, well, he made it farther than your boy.
I picked James T. third.
You picked Christian.
Then I picked Derek, and he made it way farther than your guy. Thick Jim, remember him?
So on your round 2, my round 2 was Diet Rogers.
Jake, I forgot to tell you, I picked
Still
James T. while you were gone.
I know. I saw.
Yeah.
Jake watched the episodes when we were gone.
Look,
he is still a batch boy.
If I wasn't here, I would say, F it. I don't like this show, guys. I just do it for the cash. You don't know how much money I get paid doing this shiz.
I have an
More
idea.
than Jordan Rodgers does playing football.
Oh,
snap.
Shoot.
Oh, dang.
Ouch.
Whoa, what are you, his brother? Hurting his
Dang.
feelings like that?
Jake,
Oh, man, yeah. You cut him as deep as only a family member could. And that's my experience with family, is no one can love you as much or hurt you as deep. His family.
that's poetry right there, Jake.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, I think JoJo and Diet Rogers have a legitimate connection. But
Because they're
JoJo
both shallow.
No,
Yeah.
well, here's the thing. JoJo is a great, amazing, smart, confident, funny, beautiful, confident, smart, funny, amazing girl.
Obviously.
And according
Successful,
to
talented,
Chris Harrison,
well-spoken,
Yeah.
outgoing,
funny and smart and
Patient.
beautiful
and smart.
and unforgettable.
And so nice.
And here's the thing about JoJo is she really likes Jordan, but she also has a fear that he's not here for the right reasons. She has a fear that he is not prepared to accept her into his little lovable
it's a
heart.
well-founded fear. I've read so many articles about how Jordan Rodgers is just here to be the next Bachelor, and I so believe it because you can tell from JoJo's way more into him than he is to her. Like she's all over him. She's like Jordan, and he's just like loving that she's touching him, And
he would be a terrible Bachelor.
Yes.
But we'll get to that in a second.
He
We'll get
would
to that.
be.
Awful father.
true.
Just to put that out there.
He
And,
can barely keep his own brother in his family.
Jury's still out on the brother thing.
We don't I
know.
bet he was making that up too. Honestly,
No,
there's
it's
a theory.
It's
I have.
100% like an NFL
Oh, no, it
contractual
is.
thing. Like, there's no way Aaron Rodgers is allowed to appear on The Bachelor.
Yeah, I think they had to
No.
come up with a reason that made Jordan look likable. I don't freaking know.
Well, what's crazy though is like now that Chad's gone, the show kind of needs a new enemy, and I feel like they're trying to put both Robbie and Jordan in that light, as we saw from the next week preview, where she's talking to Jordan's brother, and she's like, "Well, what about Aaron? Tell me about Aaron." And he's like, "Nope, not in the picture right now."
Why you got to just shame all on Robbie just because he's a front runner?
He's such a front runner, and you're intimidated by him, Daniel.
Let me let you in on a little secret here. All right, Robbie was a swimmer. All right,
Used to
Robbie.
be.
Yes,
Was. But he still talks about school like he's in it.
Robbie was a swimmer, okay? And Robbie, he would swim the really long relays. He'd swim the 28-lap relays. And guess what? In a 28-lap relay, you got 27 chances to be a front runner, okay? He was a front runner every chance he got. That kid's a winner.
He was award-winning, bro.
Words.
He's a winner.
Yikes.
He's not even my pick, and I like him.
But you are so Robbie right now because you're so ugly.
You know who isn't ugly? Luke.
Oh my God!
The one with the crooked eyes, bow legs, and a jacked up face.
Oh, yeah, he's not ugly.
Luke
is AKA America's pick for next Bachelor.
Luke
I don't think
is
so.
A crooked and beautifully broken man, Jake. How dare you say that?
Yeah, I mean, I was never one for Picasso, but I guess he's one of the greats too.
He might not be a war hero, but he is just a veteran, and he.
It's the worst that we see.
Look, no one watches this show except for people
that's
who.
not true.
Except for people who believe that not all that not all veterans are war heroes.
No. What Ryan just said, I would like to officially take back. If you watch the show, we appreciate you, and you're always welcome to write in. And who knows, we might finally read a question on the air one of these days.
No, I'm saying we'll read your question on the air, especially if it has to do with Luke being a war hero. If anyone has information on the heroic acts of Luke. Okay, I need to stop this.
Okay, let's hop into Luke.
My favorite part of, if I may, my favorite part of Luke and this whole part of his date was how JoJo finally acknowledged. She was like, Luke expresses himself in different ways, which like he doesn't say anything. It's something we've at the Bachelor, Bach Boys Nation have been talking about for weeks, that Luke just spits sweet nothings into the world that don't mean anything. And she like said that but didn't dislike it.
Casey, what you're saying is borderline triggering me right now. You're telling me that someone needs to be 100% present right out of the gates, maybe 7 weeks into this relationship. I like to think that Luke, the broken, crooked, beautiful, stunningly beautiful cowboy that we're dealing with here,
and brave,
is 100% man, to put it in JoJo's words. And men don't crack that easy. Sometimes you got to peel back the layers.
Yeah, but he's pretending to crack. He's saying, he's just spewing stuff.
Yeah, but men talk in real sentences, and the difference is that Luke. The thing is that
Bach Boys quote: "Men talk in real sentences."
# all men are real sentence speakers. And
bad hashtag.
I'm trying to. At least it's better than all veterans are war heroes. Not all veterans are war heroes. Anyway, I'm going to say that. Okay, something that Luke said tonight that was really, really crazy to me was, I feel like unbelievable about where we're at in spite of everything.
Yes.
And you can't make this up. I'm committed to seeing that through. I want to know each and every step and open the next chapter. That is almost verbatim.
Dude.
I mean, hey,
Absolute
the hay's in the
cliche.
barn. What are you going to do?
Light it on fire.
The sun rises in the morning and sets at night.
It takes 2 years to break a horse.
Whoa, triggered.
Unless you grab its neck and gently pull it to the ground.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. That was pretty nuts, though. I mean, that horse could have kicked that dude in the face.
I'm just saying.
I mean, not with that many syringes in its butt.
I'm just saying the weirdest part of that, going back to the horse thing, was when JoJo said how connected she felt to the horse, and then it was just a close-up shot of that horse's like lifeless face.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It was pretty beautiful. I don't know. Their date was.
But Luke likes horses.
Luke's boring, dude.
Yeah, but he was so good at skeet shooting.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
He was dirty.
Because he's a man's man. He knows how to skeet shoot. He's 100% man. He can pick her up. He can say complete sentences.
No,
mostly.
Dude, it's like JoJo, every date she picks is like perfectly tailored to like be the person's exact strong suit. It's not normal Bachelor. Normal Bachelor is like...
that's not true, though.
No, listen, normal Bachelor is like, oh, you're afraid of heights, we're going to put you in an air balloon. This one, it's like, oh, you're an incredible football player, we're going to practice football. That's your date. And I think it's kind of cheating. It's like if you put me in like a good-looking contest for my date. You know,
That's true. That's exactly.
That's what it's
exactly.
like.
I mean,
Right,
yeah,
America?
that's going right back to the
If you
basics.
think Casey is the most looking boy in America, tweet at the Bach Boys.
if you don't think there's another boy in America who looks like Casey, who looks as much as Casey does.
No, Casey's the most looking boy in America.
If you can find
for
another
sure.
boy who looks like me, send us a pic because we don't know where one is.
But Luke, I will say this: he's dark and mysterious. He's the Edward Cullen of this season, and
I love him.
and I just hope to God that JoJo picks him so he's not the next Bachelor.
No,
Please,
dude.
I hate him.
Okay,
I hate
well,
him so
speaking
much.
of next Bachelor, we all here in the Bach Boys Nation believe that the next Bachelor will come from this crop of 5 gentlemen here. You know, not Alex, but
Well,
the 5
I do. I don't know if
remaining.
does everyone at the
We'll
table
talk
believe
about
that?
this
It's
as-
James
but-
T.
It's got to
Well,
be James.
I hope it's James.
I really don't want it to be James.
Well, let's
Why?
get to that. We got to finish the 3-on-1.
So let's talk about the group date here. The JoJo sleepover.
The worst thing ever. It was boring. James T showed a
what?
bunch.
No, Are you
what? Are you kidding?
It was
It was so good.
No, I meant
Yeah.
the date. I meant the date. They had this probably something crazy
No, the
planned.
date
No, the
was
date was
good.
so good.
Are you just trying to copy? No, okay. The date was
The
cool.
day was great.
It was a great date. I would
It
love
was
to
a
be on
great
that
date.
date.
Anyway,
It was fun. They improvised.
the funniest thing was James T
Well.
shoving all those French fries in his mouth, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I'm
Well, that was
bringing
a
my A
bad-
game tonight. Let me shove all these. Hey JoJo, watch this."
Yeah, do you
I-
really want a
No,
whole
no, no,
season
no,
of
no.
that?
I want to pose a question to the group. How many French fries less than James T did stuff in his mouth do you think he should have stuffed in his mouth in order to stay on the program? If it was like 6 French
Well,
fries,
remember,
would
if
he
you
have
remember,
stayed 5?
no. If you remember what he said, "I bet I can shove all those French fries on that plate, except for probably 9
6.
into my mouth."
Minus
No, it was 6.
6.
It was 6.
Is what he said.
Maybe if he'd gotten the last 6, he'd still be on the show. Jake, you lost. Jake's the next one out.
Whoa. Sorry,
well,
volume.
Welcome back, loser.
Yeah,
Sorry,
what,
people with
what
headphones.
what you shallow baboons, #shallow baboons, didn't notice is that this is probably the only time I've seen JoJo enjoy herself on a date. They're in a hotel room playing games, and she's laughing. She's dying of just having a good time, which I don't think she's actually had. I think there's been a lot of
They were
acting going
just
on.
3 boys having a good time.
Exactly,
Having a
just
good
3
time.
good boys having a good time. And
The thing is, yeah, she had the most laughs coming out of her face from James T. From James T. And he made her feel good, and he made her feel special. Always, 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 always. And that's why saying goodbye to him was so hard for her.
Not for me.
Because not for you, because you're shallow, because you think you're the most good looking.
Whoa.
You're the most look.
I look more than anyone. Look, no, here's the thing.
Casey's the most looking boy.
I want to take a moment here, guys, to officially recognize that I am the last man standing. I picked
Boo.
the best one of all of us.
Oh, you picked
Chase.
the guy who stood silently, hoping that if she didn't notice him, he would just keep accidentally receiving roses.
Guys, I need to hold X to pay my respects here for a second. I need to give it to Casey here. Truly. I doubted.
That's right.
You can go
We
back
all
and look at the
doubted.
episodes.
Whoa.
Episode 1,
Wow.
check it. Episode 1.
I truly doubted, but now it's taken me a while. Chase, is that this boy's name? Is honestly one of the most forgettable.
What's his name?
One of the most forgettable contestants on The Bachelor. Yet one of the few people that I believe is genuinely here for the right reasons, and thus I would like to finally give him his nickname, Bachelor Prime. He has literally the bare minimum in every category of being here for the right reasons. He has.
Yeah.
He is slightly ready for new things. He has slightly any sort of personality. He is
Big
slightly
muscles.
masculine. Yeah, he does have big muscles. He's kind of
mostly good
attractive.
looking. He's approachably good looking.
It's really just like,
his eyes open mostly all of the way.
yeah. I mean, all things you need to have to be on the show. and be
Here's the
successful.
thing about Chase. He's not done anything wrong, but he's also not really done anything right.
Well, he's
Or
no
at all.
front runner like Robbie.
He's no Robbie.
Robbie truly showed us that he knows how to be a front runner down the hall. You know,
Oh,
he
In
front
his swimmers.
full front.
Yeah,
full
you
runner.
you could tell he was having flashbacks to the locker room. I've never seen a boy so happy to run around in his underwear.
He was really in his
pull him
element.
off at one point. Exactly, he was in his element.
I think I heard him start yelling out dry land when he was
I heard him going, "Whip me, rat tail, rat tail." He was hoping someone would come with a towel and just whip him.
Ooh, I wish you'd have been there to
If
do
only.
that to him. Please, though. I mean, if you could never do it again in a hotel, Robbie, come on this show so we can rat to you.
He got pretty drunk though.
Plastic
That was the
piece.
thing. He got pretty drunk.
He was pretty drunk, right? Who's drunk? Robbie?
Robbie.
He's always drunk.
Well,
It's safe to say
him.
he was the most drunk of anyone because he drank more than
He's
anybody.
such a front runner. And I'm going to keep running forward because we're running low on time. And this is something we don't always announce.
Yeah, sure. So can we talk about the roast ceremony? And then
Yeah, that's the next thing. That's what I was running towards. Because James T. went home.
Thank God.
Shh.
I gotta say, thank God.
Really?
Yeah.
Change your mind?
No. Because now he is free to become the next Bachelor.
Well, they set up that conversation. It was like, you know, you deserve something, right? It's hard for me to say goodbye to you, right? You're a really great guy, right? You made me feel so special, right? You do that to any girl, right? And he was like, yup.
Hey, come on. Oh, come on, guys. That's not fair. You know, he bared his soul and he said, you know, JoJo's like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, but
Bared
maybe
his soul.
maybe there's someone for you. And Goofy's a dog. And maybe
Goofy's a dog.
he, you know, he's like, you know, it's just that I hear that a lot, you know, and it's not
Yeah.
your fault. I get that a lot from women. She goes, well,
That was so real.
Well, maybe if
you'll
you were
find
smaller.
a chance at love, or maybe you'll find love. And I'm thinking maybe that's our teaser for the next season. Maybe he gets 28 new shots at love, and he's going to be so happy. Yuck, yuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love you, JoJo. Is that the
Yeah.
guy we're doing? The goofy guy?
Yeah, the goofy guy.
Run, Goofy, run. That's how it goes?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
just
the guy.
just to say my 2 cents on this real quick. Sorry, James T really bugs me. He totally went after Robbie in like a cheap sort of way, which is you
gross.
don't do that or else you go home. So serves him right, you little puto.
Oh, come on.
Puto.
All's fair in love
He
and war.
laid
You know
on
what I'm
his
saying?
knees just like a gaucho boy.
Well, here's the thing. When he said goodbye to JoJo, no joke, that truly touched me and hit me right in the feels.
He was such a gentleman about it, too.
He
said,
really
"Yeah."
did the most in that moment where I have a quote from him. He goes, he's sobbing. He goes, it was too short. It was too short, wasn't it?
And then he said, thank you for being so good to me and being so nice to me.
Yeah.
like a champion. He said goodbye like a gentleman.
No. He only said that because, honestly, she didn't have to. He's not hot.
No,
This
that's
is a
the
show
thing.
about being hot.
No.
Yes.
You don't know Bob the Bachelor
Wrong.
then. Shout out to Bob the Bachelor. He was on Trista's season, I think. He was on someone's season. Bob the Bachelor. Google him. He was
The
a very
exception
approachable
proves the
looking guy.
rule.
Well, actually, he wasn't even. He was very portly. Anyway, JoJo, you're right about that. That JoJo was like, you have touched my heart. But unfortunately, there are 4 men here with more chiseled abs than you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And one of them
we're
is
like
a veteran.
we're about to run out of time here any second. So
Well, I think the next Bachelor is going to be James.
I think it'll be Luke.
Ew, I freaking hope not.
James.
Who do you think, Case?
I think it'll be James, but I'm not looking forward to it because I don't like him at all.
And I think Casey's pick goes home next week. I think Diet Rogers wins. I still
Yeah.
think that. Yeah.
No.
Life is pain.
No,
and
I
anyone
think
who tells you any difference trying to sell you something.
Chase, Luke, and Guy go to the fantasy suite, and then Chase goes home. It's between Luke and Jordan. Which I
Sometimes-
knew from episode 1.
Sometimes I dream.
We don't look up stuff, by the way, guys.
Sometimes I have dreams that Casey is on The Bachelorette and he wins because he's the most looking boy and he's a front runner.
So if you got this far, you either personally know us and feel guilty, or you like our content. So
You believe that not all veterans are war heroes.
So or that. So you just need to go down to Twitter and you need to hit us with a follow, or go on to Facebook and like us. If you want to be posted. We are posting on Wednesday mornings now. We record the show Tuesday nights, so we'll put them late Tuesday, or you can wake up Wednesday and listen to them. So anyway, boys, let's say goodbye. Until next week. It was good to be back, wasn't it?
Toast to the 4 of us. Send
Yay.
JoJo.
JoJo.
JoJo.